Hey, what's up YouTube? It's RepTalk101 here with Aurora, female Emperor Scorpion. She is very, very deceiving. Don't let her calmness fool you. Look at that stinger. Jeez, I'd hate to get hit with that. And as you guys saw in my first video, I wasn't using gloves to hold her. It's just, she's, like I said, very deceiving. I feel like she's like, oh, I'm gonna build your trust and then sting you and pinch you when you don't expect it. So until she proves me wrong, I'm gonna be holding her with gloves. And it's not that I'm afraid of her. I just not a huge fan of getting stung or pinched or bit by anything. And if for the people that have been with my channel for a long time know that I am terrified of arachnids and have recently conquered my fear of them. But you can see her size compared to my hand. I'd say she's about 3.5 inches long. She's not very big. She's still growing. But look at the size of that stinger. That's not even the length. It's just a fat stinger. Jeez. It's like a rose thorn with venom in it. And look at those meaty pinchers. She's sleeping right now. That's why she's being all cool. She fell asleep on my arm, which I have no problem with that. She's been really, really docile. Just lately, she's been a little moody. Very, very moody, and I have no clue why. I feed her good. She eats really well. Just a couple days ago, she ate 3 really, really large crickets, and I mean really massive crickets. One of the crickets alone, it took her like 5 hours to eat the entire thing, and she ended up throwing half of it away. So she ate really good. You can see she's pretty plump. She's a pretty fat scorpion. Pretty plump girl. She's, you know, she's lost my trust, unfortunately. I mean, I do like her still, but in order for me to handle her without gloves, she needs to prove me wrong, and that involves behaving. No more mood swings, no more stinging, less pinching. I understand that they have pinchers for a reason and they have a stinger for a reason. I do understand that. But attacking whatever I put in front of her face is not my ideal pet. As you guys know, I'm used to snakes and only snakes, maybe a few lizards here and there, but mainly a snake person. So this is a huge difference. I mean, this is my first time ever really interacting with scorpions. This is Aurora is the first scorpion that I've ever held. I've never held or never thought of holding a scorpion until I met this one right here. And the way this worked was, I brought over a 20-gallon tank for my buddy, and he gave me some heat lights. And he's like, "You want to see the scorpions?" I was like, "Sure, why not? But I'm not holding them." And he pulled out 3 out of 4, because 4 of them, the fourth one was kind of a dick, I'm not gonna lie. And he just was showing me how he handled them and how they interacted with him, and I was just like, fuck it, give me the nicest one, and ta-da, here's Aurora. And I started holding her, and, I did good with her, and he's like, do you want her? I was like, well, kinda, but I don't know shit about scorpions, and, he just told me that they're low maintenance. I mean, this is her cage, which seems small, but look how big she is. She's not very big. She's got a water bottle that was cut open. It's about an inch deep. Gives her plenty of water. little rock that's slanted in there so she can kind of hide underneath it a little bit. But we'll put her back and show you guys how she uses her rock. Alright, wake up. Yeah, I know you don't like being messed with, I know. How are we gonna do this? So now she's awake and alert. The stinger is cocked back a little bit. Pinchers are very well open and wide and ready to go. Stinger went back down because she's calming down. She's kind of a spur of the moment kind of animal. She just gets caught up with what's going on, and then bam. That's what kind of sucks. Is she's cool, but once you wake her up, she's pissed, and they sleep a lot. So let's try this again. Alright, let's go inside the cage. You know the drill. You know the drill. Do I have to bring your rock out so you can climb on it? Okay. Alright, so now we got her in her cage. And I don't really worry about this rock falling. It's pretty in there, good. It's wedged in there, but let's see if you can see. There's a little bit of a gap for her to crawl underneath if she really wants to go under. Little plant. Put the plant in there. Cover her up. Use my broken toothbrush to kind of maneuver the plants in there. Bam! Now she's covered. And then she goes over here. And you can't see, that is her spot. There's a heat pad underneath. And lid pops in. Make sure it's all clamped. So there's some ventilation holes, which you can kind of see. But that's her setup. That's how I'm going to be handling her from now on. Just, nothing against scorpions, but I'm still getting used to them, and I would never do anything to hurt my animals. I do love my animals very much, and everybody knows this. I try to give them the best life that they could possibly have. I love my animals, even though you can't see Scarface right now. Hey you, wake up. Let's grab Scarface out. No, don't you do that. Come on, fatty. She's a big old girl. Teddy bear too. Hey you. I love this snake so much. Still breathing kind of funny, but she's doing a lot better. I honestly don't think the breathing will ever change. But I made you jump, sorry. She's looking really good. Filling up. That's right, I had 2 layers of gloves. Don't hate. You're jumpy. She's a heavy girl. She's a pretty damn big boa constrictor. Alright. So you go back in your cage and be warm. No, I know you don't want to go back in. That's the thing about snakes, or animals in general. Once you get them out, they don't want to go in. But you know the drill. All these snakes all my animals are well behaved. Try to take care of them as best I can with what I've got. Andy's set up, still looking pretty nice. But I do what I can with what I have, and we all know that I don't make very much money. For those who've been watching my channel and my videos for forever, seems know that I struggle financially, but I always put my animals first. I put their needs before mine, just because getting an animal, and I say this, for everyone to listen to, getting an animal is a big responsibility, whether it's a dog, cat, snake, or scorpion, or lizard, whatever, even a fish. Getting an animal is a huge responsibility, and once you get one, you're responsible for taking care of them, and sometimes you gotta cut out your personal wants and needs to make sure they're taken care of, and I try my best to do that for my snakes and my scorpion, even though she's a bitch sometimes. I try to give them the best life that I can. I don't look at my snakes as pets. I look at them more as like children, which is, in my opinion, a good way to look at them. Is you look at them as family, not a pet. I've owned my snakes for almost 2 years now, and out of all 3 of these snakes, even though Scarface is new, I've only been bit twice. Out of my 2 years of owning these guys, I've only been bit twice, and it was by Andy, because he's a bastard sometimes. And that was about 8 months ago. I've had the scorpion for almost 2 weeks. She's never stung or pinched me while I was holding her. I won't say that she hasn't tried to sting at me, but every time that I've held her, she's never used her stinger. She's never used her pinchers. And I feel like animals can really read somebody. And I feel like that's probably why I don't get bit. Because I don't treat them like animals. I treat them like children. I treat them like they're my family. And, I mean, that's all it is to it. I mean, you just treat them the way you want to be treated. And I can honestly say I've been bit more by these little bastards than I have by any other animal, really. I think I've been bit by a rat the most out of any animal ever. I mean, I've been bit by a few dogs, but, other than that, I think dogs and rats and snakes are the only thing that ever bite me. I don't know. I don't really keep track of everything that bites or pinches or whatever. I try to avoid those things. Yeah, I mean, you treat your animals, like royalty, because eventually there's going to be nothing left for us, because people come and go. Animals stay loyal forever, and that's not just dogs. I mean, that's snakes, that's arachnids, that's reptiles in general. Anything really. I want everybody to keep that in mind. Like, Animals deserve to be treated really well. I mean, I can't really put it in any more words. They are, they say dogs man's best friend. Really, in all reality, any animal can be man's best friend. Me, Andy is my little buddy. I mean, he's little for now, but little fucker will get huge. Aries and Scarface, they're all good. Honestly, they're all good friends. And I say that, proudly, because, like I said, people come and go, but these guys will stay around for as long as they live. And it's not just because they're stuck in a cage. I mean, it's part of the reason, but, you get the idea. I mean, can't really go anywhere. They're pretty much solitary confinement. But, they're there when you need them. I can always come in here and grab them. Even I can go weeks, a month, 2 months without handling these guys, which I have done. And, I'm not proud to say that, but there's times where I just, need to focus on me and less on them. And don't get me wrong, I still feed them, but there's times where I just don't want to handle them. I don't handle them every single day. I don't handle the scorpion every single day. They don't get handled daily. They get handled maybe 2-3 times a week, which nothing wrong with that. But I could do better. But what I'm trying to say is I can always reach my hand in there and rely on something being there. Can always go in here when I've got no friends to talk to, no friends to hang out with. I can always go in there and I can grab my snakes and hang out with them. And it's the same thing with the scorpion. Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, but I love that thing. It's cool. I'm building my trust with it. Getting more experience with something new. But I mean, this would be my family, I suppose. Not including the parents. They don't count. But you got Andy, Aries, Scarface, Aurora, all of them. They're like my kids. And I'm not that weird animal guy that has fucking 80 cats. I mean, I really hope I don't end up like that guy. But you get the idea. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way or thinks that way about their animals. But there you have it. My little animal family, as weird as that may sound, but that's who I am and it's who I'll always be. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.